Good day, and welcome to episode 2 of my attempt of the Exile DLC. Last episode we successfully took flight out of Venice, but my enemies managed to take a stab on me. Luckily I will die when 7 of these accumulate. It's a lot more. The base game featured a death on 3 wounds usually, so I already felt quite threatened by that. But we managed to get into Valletta, or there must be a friend over here as well. Sunny seat of the Crown Colony of Malta. British sailors saunter along the sloping streets. The battleship Royal Rose dominates the harbor like an iron cathedral. That sounds so dramatic. This is an attempt to flee, and this would be an attempt to search some in the town. So, obviously, we have an opportunity card here available, a chance to get acquainted with someone of real importance. Well, that's 72 years on the wall. No, They would need a decade from me. Are you serious? Yeah, well, you won't find out if you don't try. Well, those medical credentials are not usable on any other field apart from that. Some other way to manage, and somebody sadly deleted his comment, I guess. Is to click on the empty space. That's an alternative way to find out what you can use there. I think that's a very valuable comment below a series like this, because this game is very complex, yet very simple. So we managed to employ a connection with a ruler. This is pretty high value. Okay, we better save that for some real problematic moment. So what can I do with the medical credentials? I'm lacking a location, so I guess the medical credentials are something I can use once I have a hideout or something like that. But since I'm lacking this, I can't do much. What can I do with tranquility? Nothing at the moment. So this is one resource we get from time to time. Obscurity. This might be the only defense against the Reckoner Lord. It might be no defense at all. Well, this is Moth aspect and Winter aspect. Very low value, but if I understood that correctly, 7 obscurity to send a taunting message, disappear forever. So that's 1/7 of a way of ending the game, but it's a coward's way. I don't know. I'm not convinced yet. That flight is my only option. So I don't see any. What could I do with that? So there's nothing a ruler wants more than more life. And there's no one who pays better. Sure. I'll need to make sure my patron doesn't understand my methods though, or they might get ideas. A reasonably safe way to convert stolen lifespan into cash. Oh man. I'm going to do that once. The Reckoners have arrived. Occasionally, Reckoners decide to search a city even with no traces to follow. Oh man, I just arrived. Leave me alone. Patronage. Challenges will occur while your operation is running. If you can match the respect. Okay, so I thought I can just sell you some life. Okay. So obviously we're not needing anything here because there's no challenge right now to solve. But wait. I'm wrong. Maybe the challenge will only get shown at the next card, but I already get a glimpse at the necessary things I have to take care of. Heart or lantern. So, do I have any resources? Heart. Wonderful. The tranquility will do. So, that's Cultist Simulator in a nutshell. You're getting confronted with problems like these, and you need to find the proper cards to react to that. So, I'm going to need more. So, those winter aspect cards won't help me here at all. I don't have anything usable right now. That's bad. So, I don't have any other choice than to take a stroll around Valletta and just hope for the best. I mean, these guys are here anyway, so I don't want to barter lifetime on the open market again. It's creating traces way too quickly. But if they are on my heels, I have to take flight anyways. So, let's see. There's somebody looking for me. Okay, let's see what'll happen though. We've found some dawn. Almost let that run out. So, with dawn, I can create more tranquility, I think. What's up here? Widening the search. Well, I think it is about time to look for another place. Valletta seems to be a bad idea to begin with. So we have new tranquility here. That's good. So I'm fetching money on this way and already looking for an escape in this way. I'm appalled about the severity of the hunt on me. So what do we have here? They want more heart from me. Like, I didn't expect such a long series of events to get this. Getting that much heart will be very, very difficult for me. I mean, I can't use the option to stroll around in Valletta. There are no travels open to me. I can't relinquish. Well, I don't want to use my stolen life for that, for something which doesn't threaten me directly right now. So let's go forward a little bit. So, okay, they uncovered a trace. Fine. There you are again. So, now they're summoning somebody, so it's time to get back on the run. Algiers will be your next. Okay, so I don't see any chance of accumulating that amount of lantern or heart. I didn't expect the patronage project to be that hard, so I have to hurriedly raise cash, but this has to end. I can't live like this forever. Algiers, my smuggler contact M. Georgiou has people in Algiers. They could get me in there quietly. So, I'm using up those cities, I can already tell. So, I don't have any of these available. I mean, the wounds could be used for winter sources. Well, why not? There's a bad thing about using your wounds like that. Their expiration timer gets frozen. So you're basically lengthening the time there against you. So, They are there again, assassins. Alright. Those bloody murderers. But this is only the basic minion. He's far less dangerous than what comes after. So, as far as I've seen, this game measures the danger of a person by the time they take for the cooldown of their attack, if you might say so. The basic minion has 40 seconds. The sublord had 30 seconds. So, once I have enough resources, I could juggle back and forth with these guys a little bit. But right now I only have the knife secret to defend myself once, and that has a quite hefty cooldown time. So let's see if I can accumulate the necessary how did that come together? So I didn't manage to complete all the challenges, but I don't understand right now completely what consequences that has. But obviously I've raised a decent amount of cash. So let's check. That's my tranquility I created before. I got 4 units of cash. That'll make my departure a little bit slower, yet still, we're leaving this place. Or do we? So Valletta fetched me some money, but I want to leave this place now because I feel quite endangered by the sheer presence of these guys. And I don't have insane amounts of money on me, but enough things together to be afraid of this. So obscurities get immediately attracted by these events, so I need 7 obscurities to win the game, yet they get destroyed once I raise too much suspicion. I already imagined some catch about that, but because gathering 7 obscurity looked like I only need to turbo travel through 7 cities. Basically, that still seems an option, because when you travel fast enough, I just have to figure out if you always get obscurity with the travel. But if that is the case, I should be able to just win the game by traveling very, very rapidly, gathering obscurity, and finishing my escape by doing so. That's an option, but that would need a pretty huge amount of cash beforehand to keep up the tempo with the flight. So what's happening here next? I stopped the game because there's already an assassin on me again. They want to kill me, you know. They really take it seriously that I took those years from them. I wonder why. It's only 77 years. What's all the fuss about that? It's a bit of lifetime. Okay, I'm sorry. No, I'm not, I guess. So we will be off in 10 seconds, so I can keep the cooldown on the knife secret available here. Okay, I didn't expect to leave Valletta that quickly, but there we go. We left this place, and there are the cards connected to Valletta gone. But what's also gone is the assassin. So, a tumble of white houses above a sunny quayside. I have an address for one M. Joju's people. So, I guess there was some conflict between cat and human. Guessing from the looks of the cat, she really doesn't seem to be happy because There's a box now blocked, if you were wondering about the fuzz behind me. Okay, so we have a underworld connection, and welcome to Algiers. So, as I've seen during my stay in Valletta, they will come. Even if I don't do anything at all, they will still come. That's a difficult situation. So, at least I got these medical credentials, and I think it's... Wait a sec, I can't... I'm not the only one with enemies. If I arrange a public rift with this contact... Ah, this is the vice versa action, so... Underworld connections can be converted into official connections and vice versa with a certain amount of risk chance. Okay. Add Forge 6 and space to begin a counterfeiting operation. A seaport opportunity and space to begin a smuggling operation or a stolen year to compete in illegal fights. Nasty, but as long as I keep some years on hand, I shouldn't suffer too much permanent damage. Whoa. So, well... I don't know where I could do that, but, I don't know if I want to do that either. So... That's not really something I want to, fall back to. So I can do something with that. I could rely on this path. This looks like if I go for this path, I'll decide to take a like. I'm trying to employ help from the supernatural forces with that. Also not too much an option to me. I really noticed that in the Exile DLC, I pause the game way more than I usually do. So we're going to take a stroll in Algiers, because while I'm here, you know, the good thing is the first wound is getting dispensed quite soon, so... I mean, wounds are not the end of the world. An assassin is not killing me immediately. I really need to be less scared about that, so... Already left a trace. Heights. Okay. What's that? A high place. Don't look down. So, let's see. I can renew the value of this card, but apart from that I have no clue what's that. So it seems like I took a stroll in and around Algiers and uncovered some space with heights. Maybe I can lure somebody there to kill him. Maybe I can use this event to shake off assassins. Could be an option. I don't know. So, there's another trace. There must be a way to shake off traces while in a city. I can't imagine that the whole game forces me to... I don't think that anything positive will happen if I do that. Right? Oh, I can send the money ahead of me. Now that's useful. This square, though, gives me the feeling as if I would just toss the money away to get rid of it, because it would speed up my flight. Okay, I'm still checking out options, and they are looking for me again. So this time I didn't get an obscurity while arriving at Algiers, so that's also nothing I get. Not something I get while changing the cities automatically. Okay, that would be a way too cheesy way to win the game. Purchase a dangerous substance. Hell yeah! What? This would be illegal if enough people knew it existed. What a lovely description. This would be illegal if enough people would know it existed. Could I get that with my... Wait a sec. I don't want to give the... So... This slot consumes its contents, so I would give up the medical credentials. I'm a little bit... I want to keep my forged credentials, okay? They grew close to me. I almost feel like a real doctor by now. So we're going to take a stroll more in Algiers because I'm getting hunted anyways, so might as well try to do something useful with my time. So too much subtlety and slowness of pace is a real danger in this game. Adept's powder. A pinch of this goes up like lightning struck thermite. So it has a it has 4 points on the forge aspect, so might come in handy at some point. Let's see. I can't sell this off, don't I? Well, so no. Can I do something else with that on its own? It doesn't seem so. Well, I'm going to keep the heights on refresh, I'd say. Because I really can't imagine this might come in handy against the assassins. So, I discovered some sunrise. Well, let's keep going. So, let's at least enjoy a sunrise every now and then. We don't know how many of them are still ahead of us. I already spent 16 of the 77 life years I started the game with. They go down quite quickly. So the tranquility is not useful on its own, but it's a pretty strong aspect. So our pursuers are hesitating. Wonderful. So there's another underworld connection available. I don't want that, to be quite honest. I already have one established, so and I could only try to convert the underworld connection to a official connection. It's the only thing I can do with that right now. But on the other side, it's a pretty strong aspect of knife. But they want lifetime again. So interestingly enough, I can't pay this slot with 1 or 10 years. I can't imagine what that means, but so there's a discreet office here. I want to get that. Because I might have already 2 traces on me, but I'm not ready to flee that quickly. So they're searching for me again, of course. And we now own a discreet office. I guess it is in Algiers. And this is some... Look at that. We now have a 1 here. So now I can do something with... So I'll run a doctor's practice. What will that do for me? My treatments may not be quite what they seem, but my results are always excellent. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to live as a doctor, and my little son here wants some cookies. Why not? I can understand that. Cookies are delicious. The practice is open, so Dr. Icon calls for his patients. So business hours. I'm not going to use my cards too early this time. I don't know if I get any benefit of using cards here already. But I have enough tranquility to properly do that. So here, Doctor's Practice. Cure the sick or give the old a shot of youth. So, curing the sick is obviously the hard choice, and the Grail choice is pretty obvious too. So, I'm going to use my tranquility cards here. Hard choices are more subtle than Grail choices. Okay. So let's see what that'll do. So let's check. It'll take 30 seconds to renew the card. I just want to experiment with the process once, because I never renewed a card in this game like that. So, oh, here. Just didn't think of it. So, we can only do that with this assistance of 2 friends. I see. So that's the game, how to prolong the time. I just overlooked the option there. Okay. And there is an assassin on me again. But this time I'm going to try to play the game a little bit with them. So there's the first hostile move. Let's see if I am right. So, obviously the heights are an option to defend myself. Not going to send messages yet, because Dr. Icon is not done with his time in Algiers. Not this time. Cursed assassins, not this time. So, we have a new challenge. I guess this series will just continue until I fail to complete a challenge. I wonder if I can deliberately end the chain. So I'm going to try that, to just maintain a little bit more control over the events of the game. It is pretty important to do so, to learn the control of the events. This basically is how you win the game. At the beginning, you don't understand anything here. When you start out the game, it's just a funny game of combining, similar to a gothic version of Doodle God. But once you understand the connections, it's getting more and more interesting. That's where it changes from Doodle God to Cultist Simulator, an actual really good game. So, connection with the radicals. Oh, this looks like fun. So, anarchists are such, huh? So, why does everybody want lifetime here? What's wrong with these people? I mean, obviously it's a sort of cash in the areas I'm working in, but it really unnerves me a little bit that so much in this game is about lifetime, or at least in this DLC. It's a cool, it's a pretty cool vibe though. So, the heights shook off the assassin only once, so now I have only the choices of picking up the knife secret to defend myself one more time, or, well, there are no other ors. It's really time to look for a escape here, so there we go. I don't want to use my knife aspect like that again, you know. So, seems like Dr. Icon has to close his practice already. Let's see. I just hope we got some cash. Missed challenge. So, here we go. But maybe the radicals can help me with the assassin. So, I'm not going to pay them 10 years. They will be happy with 1 year, shall they? So, this little zone here is the zone where you tell the game to drop the cards, which you pick up with collect all, which are not available on a stack yet. So, let's see. What can we do with these fellas? Revolutionaries. So, there's another challenge. So, I'm getting the third challenge again. So it seems like the basic pattern is 3 events of challenges, which I complete more or less successfully, determine the global reward I get from these event chains. And at the same time, I have to defend myself against these people. So what can I do here? So I can convert the radical connections to official connections if I want to. So wait a sec. What is happening here? I can use the radical connections. I'm not really understanding what this will do. It's not the first time in this game. So I'm going to use the arcane secrets to defend myself one more time. Come to Marrakech for glory. Some guy named Nabil wrote that in capital letters to me. I don't know if I really feel so well about traveling to Marrakech now, but I don't see any other options for me there. So it looks like I'll even leave my doctor's practice behind me because I'm afraid, you know, because this is only buying time. So, but at least, yeah. Using occult magics against the assassin obviously created more traces. So it was a good idea to turn my back to Algiers at this point, but I'm sad that Dr. Icon has to leave town. We didn't achieve anything. Also, I'm noticing I left everything behind, so I'm happily failing my time in the cities here. I'm just noticing that I really need to lengthen my stays in the cities to not die just for no reason. So in this town in Marrakech, I don't recognize Nabil, but he recognizes me and greets me warmly. Your heart is steel, he explains, but steel can also be a mirror, and in mirrors we find glory. You don't know what I mean, do you? Never mind. Accept my help and leave whenever you wish. That's all you need to do. Thanks, Nabil. Although I'm always very, very cautious with people who just want to help me, even though I have no clue who they are or why they want to help me. But yeah, we have a connection to the holy men. That's heart or lantern aspect. And yeah, we're going to end this episode here. And as you can hear, it's a matter of cookies over here next to me. And yeah, so we're going to explore Marrakech next episode. Let's go for the flavor text before we leave. 500 miles away, the Republic of the Reef wages guerrilla war against the French protectorate, but here in Marrakech it's still mint tea and parasols. The whole world works differently, so every town is a new discovery, and that's why I love this game so much. They expanded the flavor of the world by a incredible amount, and I hope you enjoy the ride so far. And yeah, feel free to drop me a comment down below. Questions, ideas, everything is welcome. I love to hear from you guys, and I would be also very, very happy if you could be so kind and help me by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, or even subscribing to my channel. It means very, very much to me if you do, but I really don't mind if you don't. The most important part about it is I hope you come back for more. So, see you guys then. Bye-bye.